Good day everyone, I am Jou-Vanniemar Reyes, a BS Pharmacy student. For today's video, let's talk about changes in matter, the physical and chemical changes and its examples. But first, let's differentiate physical changes to chemical changes. A physical change is the change of matter that occurs without changing the chemical composition of matter, while chemical change is the change that involves the change of chemical composition of matter. A physical change is usually reversible, while chemical change is usually not. In physical change, no new products are formed, whereas in chemical change, new products are formed. Some changes in physical change occurs when heating or cooling is done. However, changes in chemical change always involve absorption or release of energy. Changes in physical change have no effect on the chemical bonds of molecules of a substance, while chemical change have a direct effect on the chemical bonds of molecules in a substance. So, let's move on to our examples. The first example of physical change is cutting of a paper. If we cut a piece of paper, we can notice that the chemical composition of the paper is the same, and the only thing that changes is the size of the paper bits that were formed as we keep on cutting the paper. Hence, cutting of a paper is a physical change. Next, we have burning of a paper, an example of a chemical changes. This is because when you burn a paper, it undergoes the combustion reaction, and during the combustion state of the substance, it changes from its solid state or liquid state to gaseous state. So, the burning of paper is considered as a chemical change, as the paper after burning changes into ashes and fumes of gases evolve. Next, we have melting an ice cube. The melting of an ice cube is obviously a physical change because all physical changes can be reversed, including this one. To remove the melting of an ice cube, you simply freeze it again. This means that it is only changing form, and it is not changing the chemical property, therefore making it a physical change. Next, we have breaking of a glass. When you break a glass, it is a physical change. Similar to the chopping of a wood, any physical change can occur even after breaking, bending, sharpening, and cutting. Just because the glass is breaking, it doesn't mean that this isn't the same glass, that it was not the original. Even though a glass is broken, the chemical structure remains untouched, therefore making the breaking of a glass a physical change. Another example of a chemical change is frying an egg. New chemical bonds between the uncurled egg white proteins. When chemical bonds are broken or formed, new particles are created. Therefore, frying an egg is a chemical change because it results in the formation of a new particles. Next, we have mixing salt and water. Dissolving a solid in liquid, such as table salt in water, is a physical change because only the state of the matter has changed. Physical changes can often be reversed. Allowing the water to evaporate will return the salt to a solid state. It has not combined with the water to cause a chemical reaction, so it is a physical change. Then, we have decaying of a fruit. The rotting of fruit is a chemical reaction. This is because when fruit spoils, an enzymatic reaction occurs. An enzymatic reaction is defined as the conversion of one molecule to another, because an enzymatic reaction causes molecules to change when rotting. So, rotting is an example of a chemical reaction or change. Rusting of an iron. As you can see, it is a chemical change because new substance iron oxide is formed. Next, we have mixing vinegar with baking soda. The changes are generally not reversible. Adding vinegar to baking soda is a classic example of a chemical change, where sodium bicarbonate or the baking soda is reacted with acetic acid and water, releasing carbon dioxide and making sodium acetate. Last, we have crushing of a can. The crushing of a can is a physical change because you are not changing the chemical compounds of the can because you still have a can. Furthermore, matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Changes in matter may be in solid, liquid, or gas through physical and chemical changes. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.